100 million labels. Every time they sold one, I got a half a penny with the royalty. And all I did was show it to a company. They liked it. They rented that idea for me. And guess what? They paid for all the patents too. So what I like to do is I like to find opportunity and then show those companies how they can make money. And by doing that, they pay me for every one they sell. So I just go down to the store and I look for opportunity. And I don't really have any particular skills at it. I'm not a designer, but I love products. I love them. And I consider myself a product artist because I think products are just cool and I want to sell a lot of them. I want people to enjoy them. So I rent ideas to companies. And I think what's important, if you look at today's environment, right, when you license your idea to a company, they have the distribution, they've got the shelf space, they've got the money, and they've already got the relationships. In today's world, it's speed to market, right? Now, I know a lot of people want to start companies, but it's hard to get funding now, right? Money's hard to get. But when you partner with a potential licensee, they have all the necessary tools. So when I went down and met Matteo and I looked at all the great ideas, the first thing was in my mind, every one of these students should be trying to license their ideas. Because it's really quite simple. You come out with a prototype. In fact, sometimes I've licensed an idea without even making a prototype. Because at the end of the day, you're really selling benefits, always. It's not about patents either, to tell you the truth, because I don't think you ever own anything. So once you learn about some of the tools that are available to all of us, like a provisional patent application, which you can file yourself for $125, you can make a sell sheet, and you can build beautiful prototypes. You need to show those companies your ideas. Because if your idea is sitting there, it's not doing anything. So what I like about licensing is that people are working for you. And you can be creative. Because at the end of the day, that's all I've ever wanted to be, was creative. I didn't want to have a factory. I didn't want to have employees. I didn't want to have to do that. I wanted to be creative. So licensing worked out beautifully. But 4 years ago, I decided I was going to jump into the world of manufacturing, and I did myself. And I took a product to market, and within 2 years, we were in 10,000 stores. We were a Walmart vendor, sold at 7-Eleven. We sold around the world. In fact, at the largest music show in North America, we won Best of Show 2 years in a row. And all I had was a little black table with my products on it. And I want to show you what that product is. I'm glad I brought it. Because I think you don't have to reinvent the wheel. In fact, I think all you have to do is make small improvements on existing ideas. And I think that's the magic now. It's don't do something that takes a lot of education. Don't do something that requires a lot of money. Find a market that already exists, is already doing well, and find that magic. Look at it differently and bring something new to it. That's what companies want, because there's no risk when you do that. See, so, yeah, Mickey Mouse guitar picks. It's tough. The first one we made were guitar picks in shapes of skulls. We sold tens of millions of these. In fact, musicians used them, but kids bought them. It didn't matter. We had the largest selection of guitar picks in the world. We became a Disney licensee, sold them everywhere. But let me tell you the truth of that story, because I sold that business. And it was the best thing I've ever done. Because to really be serious about starting a company, you're going to need some capital. It took $250,000 of my own money to start this business. A product that cost a penny cost $250,000 of my own money. Right? How is that possible? Well, to get the volume, to get the price down, you have to order a lot. Packaging, creating demand. Right? It's one thing to have a great product, but how do you market it? How do you create where people get out to the store and they're asking for it? That takes a lot of time. You have to be clever. There's some really great things you can do now with the social site. But at the end of the day, you're going to work long and hard. So I like licensing. I sold that company a couple of years ago. It was the best thing I've done. So why I'm so happy to be here is that when I look at the talent that's here, and what you can do, and how you observe it, the situation, how you can design. You should be trying to license your ideas when you walk out this door tonight. Because all you really need is a sell sheet, maybe a prototype, maybe a little video, show a problem, show a solution. You need to call companies, it's easy to do. Has everybody heard of open innovation, what's happening around the world right now? If you haven't, Google open innovation. Companies have realized I might have 50 of the smartest guys working for me, but if I open the doors, I can have 50,000 people working for me for free. Procter & Gamble is leading the charge of open innovation. Go to their website, the list of what they're looking for. Every major company, I believe, the competitive ones, are going to open their doors and they're going to need each and every one of you because it lowers their R&D cost. It's a perfect business model for today's world. So I'm just here to share a little bit about licensing, and hopefully you get inspired and say, look, I can do this, have fun, don't quit your day job, don't risk your money, but use your creativity. Bring the magic to an idea and show it to a company and try to get a license. That's it. Any questions? Yes?
How do you protect yourself? Or how do you protect yourself with the guitar pick, and how do you protect yourself with the label? Like, what's stopping your company from just stealing it, or what's stopping someone from going into the art center gallery, just seeing an idea, taking it, licensing it?
That's a great, what's that? That's a great question, because I think we're all led to believe this fear thing that someone's going to steal my idea, right? And I think it happens. I think it's very rare. It's happened to me one time. I sued a small little toy company, Legos. I sued them in federal court, San Francisco. It took 3 long years, and they were settled before I went to the court. We have the most remarkable tools in the world that each and every one of us can level the playing field with. From provisional patent applications that you can file yourself for $125, copyrights, trademarks. You never own anything. It's perceived ownership. If you learn about the tools, go to USPTO, learn about all those tools that we all have, you can play the biggest game in the world for $125, right? Because at the end of the day, it's patent pending status. Because of the internet today, you can complain. 3 mommy bloggers gave Procter & Gamble such a hard time. It's a customer service nightmare. Also because of open innovation, they're looking for ideas. There's one industry that's been working with outside people forever, and that's the toy industry. They count on product developers coming with ideas. And the real professional people that do the licensing, they go back, they set up a relationship with the company, they keep on going back and back and back. You will get one. It's a numbers game like anything else. Eventually they will tell you what they're looking for. So don't let the fear get in the way of this, you guys. Use those great tools, build great relationships with those companies, and they'll even hire you. It's amazing. They'll pay you royalties, and you'll get work for hire as well. In the back, yes?
How do you get to the people, you need to talk to?
Oh, I love that. Because, you know, that's a great question. I mean, how many people like to, you have to call them up.
Right.
All right. But how many people like to call someone they don't know, right? Or how many people like when someone calls them at dinner time? Maybe we hate all that, right? So you have to realize, never try to sell on a phone. Your product has to sell itself always. Product is king. So all you need to do is this. Recognize that when you call a company, they don't know what to do with you. Most companies don't. Some of them do because of open innovation. So I realized I've been doing the same, I don't know what you call it, cold calling techniques forever. Today it's changed a little bit because we have LinkedIn, and I'll tell you how to do this. So I call a company up, I'll go down to the store, and I'll find an opportunity, I'll come up with an idea, and I'll go, who do I call? Well, I want it to be there on the shelf space. So I make a big circle, and I go, I'm going to call all those companies. So I make my hit list. And then I start calling them, and I'm recognizing I'm going to get the operators, right? Okay. So I call them, hi, my name is StephenKay, I'm a product developer with StephenKay Design, and I'd like to submit ideas to your company. Can you help me? It's the magic